The Bhopal Archdiocesan news activities for the month of April 2022. The month's mind of late Reverend Father Shaji E. Stanislaus was held on the 2nd of April 2022 at Pastoral Center, Arera Colony, Bhopal. During the concelebrated Holy Mass, Archbishop A.A.S. Dureraj said that it is the time to remember late Father Shaji and his contribution towards the diocese to keep him alive in our daily prayer. Father Michael Sebastian, the director of the Pastoral Center, described the prominent qualities of the departed soul as the part of introduction to the Mass. Father Maria Stephen, the Dean of Bhopal District, explained the types of death in his homily and stressed the need of maintaining cordial relationships with God and neighbors to live fully alive. The Mass ended with floral tribute to the portrait of late Reverend Father Shaji. The first executive body meeting of the Women Commission of Bhopal Archdiocese was held on the 3rd of April 2022 at Pastoral Center, Bhopal. The meeting started with a prayer by Reverend Sister Matilda, the coordinator, followed by reporting the minutes of the previous meeting by Mrs. Agnes Francis. During the meeting, the vision, the mission and the commission was formulated in the presence of His Grace A.A.S. Dureraj SVD. Besides the discussion on more women involvement, formation of committees and the activities of each parish level. The elected executive body of the Women Commission was officially declared at the end of the meeting. The members are Mrs. Agnes Francis, President, Mrs. Prem Sheila Minj, Vice President, Mrs. Neha Varghese, Secretary, Mrs. Mildred Kess, Joint Secretary, Mrs. Shaji Joseph, Treasurer, Mrs. Juliana, Joint Treasurer, Mrs. Jacqueline Francis, Media in Charge. Archbishop congratulated the new members of the executive body, expressed the hope that the new team may become a bridge to connect every woman, particularly from weaker section, to the mainstream of the diocese. The meeting ended with thanksgiving by Mrs. Mildred Kess, the Joint Secretary of Women's Commission. It is another milestone of the Archdiocese of Bhopal when it took over the administration of Christ Premalaya Regional Theologate, Ashta, on the 9th of April 2022 in the presence of many dignitaries and office bearers of different dioceses. Father Francis Curria took the oath of the rectorship during the Holy Mass. Addressing the gathering, Archbishop A.A.S. Dureraj said that it's a proud moment of the Archdiocese in making use of the talents of the young priests in administering KPRT and expressed happiness over the easy permission from Vatican to make it a dream come to reality. Bishop Sebastian Vadakal, congratulating the new staff of the KPRT, said that he would pray for God's abundant blessings on the institutions so that Christ-filled formation would take place in the near future. The congregation of St. Joseph of Shambheri, Pachmari Province, was shocked to witness the sad demise of Reverend Sister Andre, known as Monica Chakalakal, CSJ, on the 9th of April 2022 at Asha Anchal Old Age Home. Sister Mary Andre made her first profession on the 5th of January 1960 and final profession on the 5th of January 1965 in Kamptee. She spent 62 years of a dedicated and committed life in the service of the Lord and His people. Father Syriac, the rector of KPRP, said in his homily that death is not an end but a beginning, which cannot be experienced externally but with the Spirit of God. Sister Andre was found united in Christ through her spiritual exercises. Archdiocesan family joined the congregation in prayer and extended its condolence to the family members and the congregation. All the priests and brothers working in the Archdiocese of Bhopal joined the special recollection held on April 12, 2022 at Pastoral Center, Bhopal, in view of Chrism Mass. Father Francis Carrier, the preacher for the day, led the priests into deep reflection on priesthood and service and asked to develop a new insight to look at the people differently than the world look at it. Soon after the adoration, a short meeting was held for the diocesan priests. Later in the evening, all the priests working in the Archdiocese joined Archbishop A.A.S. Dureraj SVD for concelebrated solemn Chrism Mass at 5:30 p.m. at Assumption Church, Arera Colony, Bhopal. The word chrism comes from a Latin word healing. During the Mass, the oil of sick, oil of catechumens and the oil of chrism was blessed by extending the hands of the priest together with Archbishop to be used for the sacraments. During the Holy Mass, all the priests renewed their priestly vows to serve the people of God in a better way. In view of Easter, the Archbishop A.A.S. Dureraj SVD interacted with the media persons on the 13th of April 2022 at Pastoral Center, Bhopal. Quoting St. Paul's word, he said, "Easter is like a grain of wheat, falls into the ground and dies to bear more fruits." While Jesus lived on earth, he was bound by time and space, but after his resurrection, he is beyond the time and space to experience him all the more in day-to-day life, he said. He also informed the media about Easter Mahotsav to be held on the 17th of April 2022 at BSSS College Campus, Bhopal. The Grand Easter Mahotsav after 2 years of pandemic was held on Sunday, 17th of April 2022 from 6:30 p.m. at BSSS College Campus, Bhopal, with fun and fair. Archbishop Most Reverend A.A.S. Dureraj SVD said that Easter is all about knowing, believing, loving and serving the Lord to become serving people, loving people, joyful people and living people. All those who have encountered the resurrected Lord will witness all that he taught, did and proclaimed. The entire program began with enthronement of the Bible. The Christian Church, Bethlehem Church and St. Joseph Co-ed School presented their art through dances. The CNI Church and the Christ Church presented melodious Easter songs through the musicians. The Mahotsav 2022 was highlighted through a documentary film on peace written by Mr. Dilip Bose and produced by Easter Mahotsav Samiti. The main program came to an end with national anthem. Later, the crowd left for food court to enjoy the fun and fare. There were more than 2,000 people representing various denominations came together to have meaningful Easter Mahotsav celebration 2022. The first death anniversary of Reverend Father Arun Swami was observed on the 23rd of April 2022 at Holy Cross Church, Lambakheda, with solemn concelebrated Holy Mass led by Archbishop A.A.S. Dureraj SVD. Archbishop recalled the wonderful personality of late Reverend Father Arun Swami and spoke of him as a man of God in his homily. A documentary film on the life of late Father Arun Swami was presented by Navdeep Communications after the Holy Mass. Later, the priests, sisters and laity paid floral homage to the portrait of late Reverend Father Arun Swami. The Archbishop A.A.S. Dureraj SVD inaugurated and blessed a new grotto of Mother Mary on the 23rd of April 2022 at Prabhat Tara Catholic Church, Sohankheda. Archbishop appreciated Father Ajay Ekka and his team in his homily for taking the initiative to build the grotto, which has become the visible sign of the invisible grace at Sohankheda. He stressed the importance of grotto in every mission stations and parishes to get protected by Blessed Virgin Mary. The Archbishop was welcomed with traditional dance by the hostel children before the Holy Mass. Later, in the midst of the short cultural program, Archbishop felicitated the supporters and benefactors of Prabhat Tara Grotto. Reverend Sister Jacinta Saldana, SCB, celebrated the Silver Jubilee of her religious life on the 28th of April 2022 at St. Charles Borromeo Convent, Narmadapuram. The celebration began with the entrance dance followed by a short introduction about Sister Jacinta. Appreciating the dedicated 25 years of her religious life, Reverend Father Lancy, the main celebrant, stressed the need of knowing the secular world blended with spirituality to face any challenges that come across in our dedicated service. We need to be more prudent and knowledgeable to build God's kingdom in the society. At the end of the Holy Mass, Sister Jacinta thanked Fathers Lancy, Father Maria, CMI, the staff and the parishioners for their collaboration and participation in the Jubilee celebration. There was a solemn concelebrated Jubilee Thanksgiving Mass held on the 28th of April 2022 at BSSS College Auditorium in view of its Gold Jubilee year. Archbishop A.A.S. Dureraj SVD, officiating the program, said in his address that the God is very merciful and kind towards its inception. Therefore, it is fitting to blow the trumpet and thank the Lord on this Jubilee year. A short cultural program was presented by the students of BSSS College. Father Dr. John P.J. thanked all the distinguished guests, priests and sisters. At the end of the program, especially with grateful heart, he remembered late Bishop Eugene D'Souza, the founder of the institution. An evaluation cum meeting on Easter Mahotsav 2022, chaired by Archbishop A.A.S. Dureraj SVD, was held on the 23rd of April 2022 at Sevasadan, Bhopal. Appreciating a fruitful Easter Mahotsav held recently, Archbishop stressed the need of an innovative Mahotsav away from the traditional Mahotsav to draw more people to participate in the Mahotsav in the near future. More innovative suggestions emerged in an hour-long meeting with the Archbishop and Easter Mahotsav Samiti. The Servite congregation had another feather by inaugurating a new convent building at Narmadapuram on 30th of April 2022. Archbishop A.A.S. Dureraj SVD said in his address that we need to thank the Lord for the wonderful new convent building planned and executed by the Servite team. It is a great blessing from the Lord in order to bless and serve the people in return, he said. Archbishop was welcomed by a dance before the beginning of the Holy Mass. Reverend Sister Madonna Margaret Mary unveiled the inaugural stone, and by cutting the ribbon of the new convent building, Archbishop, along with Father Francis Maria, the local dean, and Father Lancy Fernandez, the parish priest, blessed the new convent building. Later, the program came to an end with a Thanksgiving address by Reverend Sister Rosary, the principal of Servite Convent School, Narmadapuram, Hoshangabad.